This is Madison, and welcome to episode number 6 of World Wide Web of Therapists. Let me introduce Crystal Mutilitis. Crystal, why don't you introduce yourself to everybody?
Hi, everyone. Well, as Madison said, my name is Crystal Mutilitis, and I am a social worker. I have my license. I'm currently working at a school-based program, so I'm sure I'll get to tell you more about that.
Thank you. Let's start off with the beginning of your journey. What led you to going into a helping profession?
Great question. I'm sure you always get the cliche answer from anyone in the helping profession. I wanted to go into something where I was helping people. I knew that was my calling. I had a little bit of a different story. When I was in high school, I went through some tough times and I sought therapy. And through that connection with my therapist, I realized that was what I wanted to do for someone one day. I wanted to be that person to help someone through something or be that voice of reason. So I think in my positive experience with therapy, I was able to really realize that that's something that I wanted to do in the future.
That's good. That's a really nice story. I feel like it's so important as therapists to be on the other side of the couch, right? That's a big thing in therapy. So I feel like it's a cool way to get into it, the helping profession, but it's also like really cool to, while you're being a professional. That makes sense.
Absolutely. It gives you a better understanding of what your clients are going through. You have a deeper understanding of some of what they're saying or their history or their symptoms because you've lived through it.
Yeah. Awesome. So tell us about social work in a school setting. I've actually, on the last episode, I talked to a school psychologist, so it's really cool to get that comparison.
Okay. So I work for a nonprofit mental health school-based program. So we are in the school. It's a little bit different than school social work or school psychologists. We really are the mental health component in the school. So typically pre-COVID, we were based in the school. We have offices throughout the school, and kids would come to our offices, and we have therapy sessions. So it's free of charge for all of the families. And it's really great because some of our kids don't have access to therapy outside of the school setting. So it really is accessible, and we tailor all of our treatment to our kids individually. We also have groups that we run. So now being virtual, we are doing virtual sessions with telehealth, and we are running our groups. We have different activities all the time, really trying to keep our kids connected.
That's awesome. So it's a nonprofit, correct me if I'm wrong, right? You said?
Yes.
Okay, so how do families or people seeking these services get access to them?
So being in the school, it's really, really easy. We get referrals from teachers sometimes. We get referrals from their guidance counselor or administration. We are located on the main district website. So if families want to seek services, they're able to contact us directly. And right now, being virtual, we do have a Google Classroom. So we have, I want to say, over 400 students that are in our classroom. So they're able to reach out themselves. And then we would follow up with parents and let them know about our services.
That's awesome. So do you work with in combination with the school psychologists and school social workers?
Yes, it's absolutely a collaborative approach. I might see a student for individual counseling, and they might be part of CST. So they have a case manager who I will be in communication with all the time. School psychologist has their own caseload, and typically we don't want to double dip. We don't want to have too much counseling for the student. So maybe I'm more of a support, or the student is involved in my groups, but we absolutely are always in communication.
Nice. So do you have a story that comes to mind when you think of, wow, I found the right job, I know I'm in the right place, like of a client story?
Um, there's a few, but one really sticks out to me. I was working at a different nonprofit when I was in college, and I was working with children who were involved in the juvenile justice system. And I was tasked with running a group for adolescent boys who had caught charges and they were on probation or they were on parole, or they had really, really interesting stories and difficult backgrounds. And I remember walking in on the first day, and a couple of them said, "What are you doing here? You're not going to understand what I'm going through." And I made it my mission to understand from their point of view what they were going through. And we ended up doing a project where we made movies about their life. So I went all over the town. I went to their house. I went to their school. I had them tell their story on camera, and we had a whole event at a movie theater. We rented out the theater, and I remember the kids coming up to me when I said that I was leaving, crying and saying how much that project meant to them. So it was then that I knew
Wow.
that was for me.
That is amazing. I can't even imagine the impact that you had on them to, reach in and try to have that empathy, right? It's amazing.
That's what's so important.
Yeah. How can our viewers connect with you if they have questions for you?
The easiest way would probably be by email. So it would be my last name, Mutilitis @gmail.com. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions about what I do or if you're looking for any resources.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And to wrap it up, what's something that you want to share with the world?
Well, we are living in very interesting times right now. And I would like to say that there is always someone out there to listen. It's not easy to reach out and ask for help. But like I said, I am more than available to listen or provide resources. So please do not hesitate to reach out.
Thank you so much, Crystal. It was really great to hear about your work. You're doing great things. Keep doing great things. And no problem. And we'll see you next time on World Wide Web of Therapists. Bye.